So let me ask you, because you mentioned you wholesaled your first deal, you made that first $9,000. You had another deal that was a short sale. So you were doing, your strategies were kind of mixed in, right? So you probably had been attending all these seminars. You got a lot of really good information on these different strategies. So what all were you doing, and then how did you maybe land on like long-term rentals as the core strategy for wealth building?
Okay, these are great questions, guys. My wife kind of honed in on short sales. She had the ability to work with bankers, accept rejection, talk to them the way that they were expecting to be, spoken to. And so she was just generating opportunities, but I was kind of the guy out in the field looking at the properties and, deciding how much repairs they needed. And we were both trying to figure out what the market values were of the properties. And that's essential in this business. You have to know your market, what a house will sell for, what it will rent for, what your returns are, that sort of thing. But we had 7 or 8 things that we were doing all at one time. Sort of, I guess you'd say, multitasking, which is really impossible, but you learn how to dwell on something for a couple of hours and then switch over and figure out something else. But we had all kinds of opportunities that we were working, not knowing what was going to happen first, second, or third. But when it started happening, everything started working. And but the way that we got into rentals, going to the association meetings, I started noticing the guys who were flipping houses like me for cash. Now we were all excited and everything, and some of them were making some good money, but we were all like, I guess, like ADHD. We were like hyper and ready to go the next day. It's the way we find our next big deal. The guys that own like 30, 50, 100 rentals, they were just like easy going. They're talking about where they're going out to eat after the meeting and talking about their fishing trips and their hunting trips. And so, I kind of recognized that. And one of the things that my wife and I did is we would identify an investor or an attorney or a real estate agent or a property manager or somebody that we felt like been around longer than we had, knew more than we knew. And we would take them to lunch, at least one of those people a week, if not several. One of the people we took out was Archie Phillips. Archie passed away, I guess, about a year and a half or so ago, but he owned, like, at the time, I think 107 houses, 33 real estate places, and multiple acres of land out in Shelby County that he used for hunting and whatever he wanted to do on them. But we were sitting down with lunch for him one day. He says, are you holding on to anything? And I said, no, we're flipping it all for cash. And he says, well, let me ask you something, or let me just share with you. He said, when you get up tomorrow, you have to make sure you go to work and keep on going. And if you want to take a trip to Europe for 3 weeks or a month, you're going to be hurting when you get back. He says, I can go away for a month and I don't even have to call in hardly. He said you might think about investing in some real estate that you hold on to make your life easier on down the road. And boy, I went home that night and those words resonated. Now, one of my biggest regrets, and we do have some regrets from this business, is that I didn't hold on to more of those properties that we sold and flipped early on. I wish I had them now. I heard one of the wisest men in concerning real estate I've ever spoken to is a guy named Peter Fortunato out of Tampa. And I heard him say one time, I wish I had never sold a single house. And I think he started when he was like 17.
Wow.
So he said he wished he'd held on to every single house he'd ever bought.